Hey Bio, it's Wednesday, April 15th. Hope everybody's doing well. Um, Monday, you guys were assigned video 3 and 4. We're still working through the evolution video series. So you guys should have submitted your responses to the discussion questions. Video 3 started to take a look at how do we know that evolution happens? And in the video, we started to take a look at some specific evidences. The question kind of revolved around what similarities we found between the modern day whale's ancestry. And we have fossils, which was one of the evidences they talked about in the video. We have fossils on record of wolf-like mammals that used to live near the shore called Synonyx. Don't ask me why they named it Synonyx. But the ear bones, the arrangement of the ear bones in those fossils from that wolf-like mammal that lived on land are arranged the same way in the modern day whale today. So linking common ancestry, big evidence for evolution. The fossil record we have is a huge piece of evidence and has been over a long period of time. In fact, that's one of the things Darwin collected as he went around the world were fossils, the remains of once living things. Video 4 took a look at how does evolution really work. And what we really wanted you to get out of that is the big backbone to evolutionary theory, the mechanism for it is it works through a process called natural selection. Natural selection is essentially the same thing as survival of the fittest, and you guys have probably heard that term before. But then natural selection gets broken down into some more specific components as well. And those components there's 4 things. 1, there has to be genetic variation for evolution to occur, for a change in life over time to occur. And what genetic variation is just what we learned about in genetics. Okay? The simple differences between individuals within a population. Okay? So they talked about hummingbirds and their beak sizes in the video. Some hummingbirds had longer beaks than others. That is due to genetic variation, the characteristics that were passed down from parents to offspring. So you have to have genetic variation, that's number 1. Number 2, there's an overproduction of offspring, meaning organisms tend to have lots of babies, lots of offspring. Back in the day, humans did a lot of this, especially parents who had farms. They needed help on the farm, so they had lots of kids, and the kids were farmhands. You look at something as simple as, like, if you ever seen a duck crossing the street, usually you'll see like 5, 6, sometimes 7 ducklings following the mama duck. Reason being is all of those organisms, all those babies aren't going to survive till adulthood. So it helps ensure that the family's DNA, the genetics, continue to move on generation to generation. The third component of natural selection, there's a struggle for existence. Okay? And that struggle boils down to usually 3 things. The struggle to find food, the struggle to not become something else's food, and then there's the struggle to find a mate. Okay? And some organisms, some individuals are better at finding food, some are better at escaping becoming something else's food, and some do a better job of finding a mate and attracting a mate. So the ones that struggle with those things, more often than not, they don't survive and pass on their characteristics to the next generation of offspring, which comes down to the last part of it, survival of the fittest. Okay? Those that survive are fit. Those that are fit have what we call adaptations. Adaptations are simply traits or characteristics that give you a better chance to survive in the environment that you live in. For instance, in the video, they talked about hummingbirds that had longer beaks. That'd be an example of an adaptation. The hummingbirds with the longer beaks can reach further into the flower, get the nectar that they're searching for their food. The ones with the shorter beaks, they struggle. They don't get food as easily. And those that are fit don't only survive, they also reproduce. And that part is probably most important because they then pass those adaptations, those advantages down to the next generation. Okay, so that's a little bit on what you should have seen in the videos from Monday, video 3 and 4. Today in the April 15th folder, you're going to see video 5 and 6 have been posted. You guys have until 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So April 16th, 8 o'clock is the deadline. 2 new videos. The first one's going to take you down the path of another evidence of evolution. It's going to look specifically at human evolution, which is very interesting. But you're going to see how we've come to be able to use DNA as evidence for evolution and how scientists do that. So that's video 5. So you'll watch that and respond to the video 5 discussion question. And then you'll see video 6 as well. Why does evolution matter now? This is a really cool video. It takes you into a Russian prison and it looks at the evolution of a deadly disease and how it's been passed from person to person and how it's evolved rather quickly due to mutation. So that's video 6. You'll watch that one, respond to the video 6 discussion question. Again, these are going to be due tomorrow night, April 16th by 8 o'clock p.m. Okay? We have a Google Hangout set up today for our 3rd period folks at 11 o'clock. So if you're in period 3, you'll see that link go up around then. Mr. Rossetti and myself will be hanging out in there. Even if you guys don't have any questions and you just want to stop in and say hi for a minute or two, that's where we'll be from 11 to 11:30. Hope you guys are well. Keep in mind, there won't be e-learning this Friday. That's one of those new changes this week. Okay, so we won't see you guys back again until Monday with an update. All right. Hope all is well. Take care, you guys.